Hello, hope everyone's having a great day, and I hope you're all fine, and I hope this video finds you well. It's another allotment update, so I think we should shoot off without any hesitation and have a look around my plot at home. Let's pop over. Hi guys, here we are inside the conservatory. Just have a quick look round here. Here we've got some leeks. These are Musselburgh leeks. They're coming on really well. Haven't had those planted long, about 5 days, and I've planted them into a deeper pot. I was told by the comments below that they needed to be in a deeper pot, so that's a lot deeper there to get a good root system on them. These are some courgettes. These are Black Forest. I don't know if you remember me telling you, but I only got 4 of these in a packet for about £3. So only 2 of them have germinated so far. Hopefully the other 2 will germinate. We'll wait and see. And what we got here? Oh, aubergines. Aubergines are doing very well. This is my first aubergine I've planted, and this one survived. The other ones didn't do so well. And then we planted some more, and I've got a couple more growing here. So yeah. They certainly like to take their time, but hopefully the fruit will be worth the wait. Strawberries are doing well from seed. Have been told it will take a couple of years until I see a fruit. So we might have to go and get some plants just so we can enjoy some strawberries this year. At the back there we've got, these are Cape Gooseberry. They've come on really well. They've shot up. So yeah, I can't wait to try those Cape gooseberries once they get a bit bigger. Parsnips didn't do so well in the modules, so I've planted some seed out. Yeah, they're not done so well there. Here we've got some more sweet corn on the go. We've got to wait for those to germinate. And here's my chilies. So we've got the hot scotch, we've got some Joe Long, and then over here we've got purple cayenne purple. So yeah, they're doing really well. Need to pot them on. Not been doing so much at home because of the new site. So yeah, need to do a bit more here, I think. But these are my Winter King cabbages here, and they've come on really well. Again, I only planted those a few days ago, and they're doing really well. We've also got some little gem squash in here. They'll come through eventually, and some cucamelons. If you could write in the comments below about cucamelons. I've never tried them. Somebody like to tell me what they're like. That'd be fantastic. Here we've got some Cobra French beans. I've already taken some out of here and planted them into the ground, but I think it's getting too warm in here now, and the leaves are starting to curl. So maybe you could just tell me, you know, is that because of the heat? We've also got some white swan. These are white swan beans. Not doing so well. Got a little invader there. I'm going to see what that is. See that little invader? I don't know what he is. We'll wait and see. And then peas. Now these peas are doing a strange thing. I've never seen this, but these are peas from last year that we saved, and I've planted them just to see what they'll do. But they've done something really strange. They've forked. So they've grown a big stem and then they've forked. And I've never seen them do that. Tell me, is that normal? Is it not normal? Anybody know why they might be doing that? But they've near enough all done it. So maybe again in the comments below, just let me know what's happening to my peas. Is this normal, or is this something strange going on? All right. So that's the conservatory. So I'll see you in the next part. So here we are back at the allotment, well, my back garden actually. What I'm going to do with these videos now is that my Wednesday allotment updates will be this allotment, and then my normal allotment diary are going to be about my new site, because I've just got so much going on down there that I can't run sort of 3 nights worth of videos. It'd be boring for you guys, and so we're going to save you that by just having the 2, but one will be my new site and then my allotment updates will be here. So let's have a look what's going on. So no strawberries. They're still in the not the polytunnel, they're still in the conservatory growing, so they're not doing so well. I've been told there'll be a couple of years until I see any fruit, so I'm not too sort of happy with that. So we're going to get some plants, I think. But in the ground we are starting to see green, and these here are my Cobra French beans. So we've got some Cobra French beans in there, and they're doing very well. And then this side I've got some peas, and these are my Monge 2, so they're doing very well. So it's a really exciting time of the year. We're starting to get things into the ground now, and things are really starting to take off. Weather's been fantastic down here on the sunny Isle of Wight. Now we've got some sweet corn in, so I've been told to plant them in sort of blocks. So that's what I've been doing now. I've been planting them into blocks, and we're going to continue that. So we've got a whole bed of sweet corn. So I've got another 24 growing in the conservatory. You'll see those later. Over this side, under here, we have got these are our, now let's have a look, what does it say? It says greyhound cabbage. So these are my greyhound cabbage. Now you're probably thinking, oh, he's growing them all at once. Yes, I am, because I'm not afraid to freeze. I thought if I get them in the ground now, I might be lucky enough to get a couple of crops, and maybe not, and I'll be able to freeze what I've got. I don't mind freezing, because we make sort of meals up and things, you know, and we can freeze those off. Now in this big tunnel here, these are my turnips, not tulips, turnips. These are purple top. Now if you remember, these were just tiny little plants in modules, and I've planted these out, and they've actually doubled in size within a couple of days of planting out. So I'm really happy with those, and I'm going to plant some more seed here so we get a whole crop. And again, I don't mind freezing. And this bed here, protected from the cats. In my last video, one of my videos, can't remember which one it was now, but I mentioned that I had paw prints. Some said it was foxes, some said it was cats, well, they've been just mucking about in my beds. So I've got myself some black netting, and in this one we have planted parsnip gladiators. Now they were the parsnips that came in a sort of tablet. They were coated, and they did really well in modules. So I'll plant them straight in the ground, and we're going to see. So the whole bed there is full of parsnips. So fingers crossed that we keep that going. Now what else have we got? No white swan runner beans. They're still growing in the conservatory. Garlic's still doing well. I haven't experienced too much problems with these, so they're looking good. If you spot something I don't, do let me know. Put it in the comments below. These are my sturgeon onions, and I think they're looking quite healthy. I'm getting a little bit worried. They look like they're getting blown over. So I'm getting quite worried here, because it does look like they're being blown over. They seem pretty solid when you touch them, but nothing seems to be swelling up. They seem to be doing the opposite, shrinking. So again, maybe you could just let me know, are my onions dying off, or you know, will they swell up a bit later on? I don't know, you tell me. So that's my onions. So on this side, this is the last few troughs. We have got some swede. These are my swede. I started them off in modules, and then I've put them into this one here. And again, if I get a big crop, that's fine, because I can always you know, freeze them or make stews and things. And then we've planted some spinach, 2 rows of spinach here. I think I'm going to need another net, because I've noticed there's a rather lot of poo there. And that's not horse poo, no. So, what else we got? These are carrots. I've planted a whole bed of carrots. The sun was out and I just couldn't get out of the garden, and I went planting mad. So I've sowing, and I've sown the carrots there, excuse me. This bed here, beetroot. Again, a whole bed of beetroot. So we're not seeing anything there because I only sowed those a few days ago. And then over this side, this is my lettuce bed, where I've got my lettuce. These are all the year round, and they're not looking too bad, doing quite well. I think might just need a little watering. And then on the arch, we've got all of the what are these ones? These are the pumpkins. That's right, these are the pumpkins I've got growing. I believe they're called something like Jundica, something like that. Very strange name. So I've got those growing there, and they're doing really well at the moment, and hopefully they'll trail up and over the arch. I've got to get a few sticks in. As you can see, the ones in the middle, I'm going to get some sticks on the bushes, and just so that they can catch onto those and then find their way to the frames. Onions there, they're the ones we planted right back in January time, and they seem to be doing well as well. So let's go to the polytunnel and just see. Now my children have decided to lay me a path with my bricks, so if we follow the path we can see it takes us to our next bed. I brought an extra bed out. This is just a tiny one, and this has just got some kale. This is black Tuscan, so it'll be interesting to see how well they do in my homemade rickety trough there. So let's have a look in the polytunnel. So here we are in the polytunnel, and things have changed. I've had a big clean up over here. There used to be all pots and things here, and my little trough, and now we've got the grow bags ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth in the corner, and we've got one here, and my carrot bed. But I'm thinking about moving that outside, put a net over it, put that outside, and then I can put another grow bag there. We'll take the shelves away, of course, and then we can grow some more peppers. I think this is going to be my pepper polytunnel. So how are things doing in here? Well, we did have that wind which blew everything away, but we've managed to save. Now this is a mixed salad leaf. They're doing very well, so I think I'm going to be planting those out. My coriander that was very leggy, that's actually doing very well. My coriander, nothing came up. What's this one here? My basil, didn't get a thing from my basil, so I might try that again. This is some more lettuce all the year round, but they were leggy, but they're not too bad, so I can plant those out as well. My radishes, now look at the state of these. This was my little experiment where I was going to grow them in this little trough and just see how big they would go, and the wind blew them on the floor, and I thought, well, I'll just keep watering and see what happens. A few of them have died off, but we're getting little radishes there, so we'll just see what happens there with the radishes. Not expecting big things. Cucumbers and butternut squashes. So these ones were newly planted. This was butternut squash Hercules. They're doing really well. I think I'm going to be planting them out, especially these two sharing a pot, or at least changing the pots for a while. And then here, this is my cucumbers, my gherkin. So I've got 1, 2, 3, not quite 4. So I've got 3 there. I only need 3, so hopefully I might pot those on just so that we can get those big and strong before I put them into their final home on one of the grow bags. What else we got going? Well, we've planted some lavender, and I've already had one little seed pop up. I've planted 400 lavender, not in this pot, but between 2 pots. So we've got 400 seeds in 2 pots there. And at the back there, if I remember, I showed you those. That's the Swede, and they're doing very well. I've just got to find some space. I might take those up to the new allotment and find some space there. So peppers, coming along quite nicely. We've got some sweet banana. These are sweet banana. We've got some red cherry peppers. We've also got their tomatoes, the black cherry, and some money makers. And these are red pear. They're like one of those, you know, these small tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, but in the shape of a pear. These are my red onions. They seem to be coming along quite nicely. I don't know how big they have to get before I can plant them out. Maybe you could help me there by leaving a comment below. Over here are those first crop of Musselburgh leeks, the ones where they're not in an exceptionally deep pot, probably about 1.5 inches. Somebody said I need to let them go to become pencil, the size of a pencil, so we'll leave those a bit longer in there because they're not quite there yet. But they have all stood up, where they were all just sort of lounging around, but now they have stood up. Another problem we had was these. This was the wind blew these into this clear top here, and I don't really know what they are because the sticks vanished that had the name on it, so I'm not sure what they are, so it'd be worth waiting and seeing. So temperature today, we've got high of 39, 16 at the moment, and the lowest was 5.9, so we'll reset that. Fantastic. So that's this polytunnel, but what's happening in the other polytunnel? So polytunnel number 2, what's happening in here? Quite a lot of change. I've actually got some of my tomatoes in their final position, and I'm trying a couple of methods of growing inside a polytunnel, as this is my first year. I haven't really grown anything in a polytunnel before. I am getting a lot of spiders in here. I don't know if they're going to be a problem. I'll show you one there. There's one creeping around, if you can see him. Can you see him there? He's having a creep around. Not sure what type he is. Not sure if he's going to be any harm to the plants. But maybe you could let me know in the comments below. So these are my black cherry, and I'm going for the pot idea. My dad recommended this to me, and you grow them in a pot, and then you put that pot into the soil of the grow bag, and they would then roots would grow through the pot because I've cut the bottoms out and into the grow bag. So we'll see what happens there. This is my coriander that I potted on. Never been able to grow coriander. Very good. I've had it in the polytunnel and seems to be doing very, very well. Then we've got the red pear. They're coming on, looking nice. So we've got the red pear there. Same idea again, through the pots into the soil. Now you notice that these have got canes in. I've been very, very careful. I'm going to get some little balls put over the top of this, or maybe just stick some of that heat foam that you put on the pipes so that they don't pierce the plastic. So I'm using cane holders which just sit under the grow. Sorry, you can't see that. The cane holders which go underneath the bag, and then you pinch them, put the cane in, and they just sort of clamp shut, and that holds the cane. So I'm trying those out this year, and I'm also trying another method that I've been reading about in a polytunnel book, fantastic polytunnel book, and of string. So you put the string up, and because the plant will be pulling sort of down on the string, it should grow up the string. Does that make sense? I think so. So these are my money makers. So we've got 1, 2 and 3 again, and we're doing the same with those. We are just letting them grow through the pot. This side we've got some tigerilla tomatoes, and again they're going to be growing up the strings to the top of the polytunnel here. And I've got room at the back there which are going to be cucumbers. I think I'm going to have my cucumbers and possibly my aubergines in here as well with the tomatoes. So that's all of my polytunnels. That's all of my plants so far. I think we just got to shoot up the back of the garden and have a look at some potatoes. So here we are up at the potato patch. Now I've had to do some filling because my potatoes are really coming on leaps and bounds. So we've filled that up, and they're still sort of shooting up, doing really, really well. These are my earlies. This needs to be filled up. But like I say, I need to spend some time here instead of the other plot really. But they're all doing very well. So we've got some potatoes there, and they're all growing up nicely. I do have to keep coming and propping the bags up because they keep closing over on me. But they all seem to be doing very well. So the potatoes looking good. We've got the second lot of bags ready. They've been sat there waiting, and we've still got a horse manure. So I'm going to be planting a main crop quite soon up here, so we can get those going in these new bags. So let's just see how they cope, because they're a bit more flimsy than the other bags. So that's the potato patch. What else have we got to show you? You can hear the birds are fantastic, aren't they? So our plum tree, which we cropped, I don't want to get the sun in the camera there, but we cropped the top of this because it was just going mad. So I've cropped the top of that, and hopefully we can bring the plums down a little bit. We've got some nice new growth at the bottom here, so we haven't killed it off. We're starting to get the flowers, which looks nice. So that's our plum tree. Well, not plum, sorry, it's green gauge. I keep calling it a plum tree, it's green gauge. This is our funny little double pear tree that me and my wife bought. So we've got a dessert pear and I believe a conference pear. So as you can see, you've got this type of pear here, which is a very flimsy sort of way of growing, and then you've got this one, which is a lot firmer, and they haven't quite come to flower yet, a little bit later, but all looking good. And we thought we snapped these, they weren't looking too healthy, but they are actually growing. We taped them up because we thought we snapped them, but they are doing well. So that's my double plum, pear. Absolutely crackers today, can't remember my own name. So this pear tree, I think, has had it. We are getting a little bit of flower at the top. I remember I told you this is the one where the rootstock was from another tree of some sort, and it was giving off these nasty sharp fruits, and they're very prickly. So I'm keeping an eye on that this year. Walnut tree. The walnut tree pretty much isn't doing anything. Might be a bit early for the walnut tree. And this is our apple tree. We took a lot out the top, as you can see, and I think she's coming to life. We've got some buds coming on here, so yeah, she's looking well as well. That's the one with a massive clump of mistletoe on there. I don't like that, but my landlady does, so unfortunately we have to leave it on there. And then we got the mystery, they're all mystery fruit really, and once we get some fruit on here, hopefully you'll be able to tell me what I've got, because I can't seem to track it down with any of my books. So once I've got some fruit on here, you'll be able to tell me. We'll do a you know, tell fruit and veg what they've got. That'd be good, wouldn't it? So so yeah, this one was cropped right back. I took a massive amount out of this one, so that we got the air circulating around, and I think we're going to get some lovely apples off this year. Next year, or the end of this year, we're going to take that fork out there because it's hitting into the conifer and that can't be doing it any good. So we're going to take that top out. It's too high anyway, we need to bring it down. So that's pretty much all my fruit, all doing very well, and the allotment's doing very well. So I would like to say a massive thank you to everybody for your help. In actual fact, let's just face the camera on this one. So yeah, like what I was saying previous there, I would like to say a massive thank you to everybody for your subscriptions, those that have subscribed to me, all your comments. It's all very, very helpful indeed, and I hope you are enjoying my videos, and I hope to see you at the next video of the updates. So for now, we'll see you later.